Greetings, everybody. Today I want to talk about the book of life, which is very important. It's a very important topic, so I just want to make it quick, though. So now this book of life is the book that's been referred to everywhere in Revelations. It's like there's this big old book of life that's coming, and it's going to be open, and anyone who's not, his name is not in that book, you're going straight to hell. So, wow. So it's very important. So today I'm actually showing you the actual book. That's a good thing, right? So I'm actually showing you the actual book today. And the bunch of people are going to be surprised that they've been carrying this book all along, calling it Book of Life, but not linking it to this one in Revelation that they're talking about and in Book of Daniel. Anyway, so now let's first look at it. I mean, we see in Revelation 13:8, Book of Life of the Lamb. Revelation 20:12, Book of Life is just there, written in the books. So it's like there's a book called Book of Life. I'm just setting a tone here. A book of life, where people's name is going to be written in there. And your name is not there, you go straight to hell, go burn in the lake of fire, because it's the last now. You're not even going to hell, going straight to burn for life. Okay, it's the doom for you. So, and if your name is on that book, is written in that book, then you make it. You good, right? So here, as we see it, just for people who don't really understand what I'm talking about, this book is the book of life that in Revelations, Daniel, everywhere else is written that it's going to come at the end and it's going to be open. Now, that's the book the bunch of people have been using as an ID until the ID came. Now, the ID that's now used, okay, I think they changed the ID to a card now, but Back then, when I was still living in Africa, in South Africa, there was a green book that's called ID, which took over from the Book of Life. But some people who used to still be using the Book of Life to do some things, I'll show you some snippets. Now, but the most important thing is for y'all to know and link this same Book of Life that you've been carrying around, walking around until they started using the green ID books. That's the same Book of Life that Cindy was using, just to show you where his location was. In the southern part of beyond Ethiopia. That's the southern part of it. That's the way he walked a lot of times. So you can see he was carrying this. He had the same Book of Life. And Sonini, the father himself, he talks about the same book. In my book, he said, whosoever is not written in the Book of Life was cast out of lake of fire. Sonny himself, he's talking about the same book. In my book, I will cast your name out of my book. He says it himself. So now, look at this. This is an article from a South African newspaper. I think it was written in 2004. Yeah, there you go. Many still using Book of Life and Dompas. Dompas was before. Well, okay. Now, what happened is there was a Book of Life that was used. It probably was introduced by the Greeks, because South Africa was was colonized by the Greeks, and then the Romans. Greek. Okay, they called them Greek. Was by the Greeks, and then the Romans came and colonized and took over the church part and started, putting Roma, and we used to call them Roma when we were kids over there. So now there was the Book of Life, and then the Boers came after all of this. So the Romans and the Greeks, they just, took over those two parts. But they didn't change the ID part. So a Book of Life was the one that was used. But then the Boers, even Sonin says, I shall call a nation from the ends of the earth to come, and they will respect no. I mean, you've seen those texts in the Bible. But I'll probably put a word or two in here. So they came and introduced a Dompas, because now they were vicious. They were totally vicious. So they said people are going to walk around. Dompas means it's a stupid people's pass. I mean, that's the fool's pass. Yeah, maybe let me call that. He called a fool's pass. So they started saying people must also carry that Dompas around. I mean, really. So here's an article from a South African newspaper showing you exactly there's a Book of Life right there in front of you. So, this article was just complaining that people, to get the income tax, the government funds, they're still using the old IDs, Book of Life. That's what this article is about. But I'm just trying to show you, there's your Book of Life. Now, why are we linking, why are you linking this book? This is how it looked like. Let me, I actually showed you a real picture. This is a book of life. Now, what was happening with this book of life is you would write the name. Okay, there'll be the bearer. They call the bearer. So the bearer will be his picture and all these details on one side. And then on the other side, so there were articles like A, B, C, like sections in this book of life. So each section would be representing something. Like if whatever you were doing, what's your address, who's your family, who are your people, you write there. So it's about everything about you, what you've done. Let me see if there's something that breaks it down more. Here, let me see, I got it here. There you go, here. So what have you done? Here, I've underlined everything of an official nature that you've done. So this is public knowledge. I mean, you can Google it. What the Book of Life in South Africa was used for. What was contained in it. There, your address, your marriage, who are married to, your kids, your family, everything was there. There were different sections in that Book of Life. So that's the same one Revelations is talking about. Book of Daniel. Because Umsindisi is only going to save his people. I am come to save my people. He's only come. You have to be in his Book of Life, therefore. That's what that means. Okay? So you have to understand this Book of Life thing. So I hope this video is not too long. I don't want to spend the whole night downloading this again. So now, let's see what other important thing I wanted to show you. So I just wanted to reveal to you this Book of Life so you understand whenever you're walking around. Now, there's ID cards now in South Africa. I mean, things have changed. But if you ask anyone in the 90s, probably, yeah, they still have this Book of Life because it wasn't recalled. They just introduced the different ID form. So they didn't recall this and tell people to bring it back or anything. So people still have the Book of Life. So if you want to see how it look like, you see it. You can look at it. Okay, that's exactly the same one Revelation talking about. Now, what else did I want to tell you about this Book of Life? There you go. Yeah, so know what I'm talking about. When everybody is talking about Book of Life, that's what it is. As you can see, the Bantu authorities, but it was a Bantu thing. Bantu people were the ones who were carrying this Book of Life. Right? Okay.